Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today I want to try a different thing. I haven't set a pattern for this. I want to make a necklace and earrings. These are most of the items are from the August bead box, bargain bead box. Um, Except for this gemstone chips. This is rose quartz and this clasp, this toggle clasp and some wire. All these items are from bargain bead box and I want to try a different thing. I'm just going to design on this part. So tools wise, I have here round nose pliers, my flush cutters, and this one is needle nose pliers, and this one is flat nose pliers. I have all of those. um I just want to make a two-layer necklace. That's what I have decided. So I have a 24 gauge wire in gold, and I'm gonna just eyeball it and take around 10 inches of wire. And so I'm just gonna fold it into half around the middle, almost in the middle. I'm just gonna make a loop, and then I'm just gonna add this pendant over here. So now this is what I have. So now I'm gonna just make a wrap, a simple wrap, just one wrap. And now I have two wires going on either side, and then I have this pendant over here. So I'm just gonna add two of this gemstone beads on either side of the pendant, and I'm going to see whether it looks good or not. So I guess it's good. So I'm just gonna straighten this loop out here, and then I'm just gonna make a wrapped loop over here. So I'm just gonna add this finding so that, let's see, there you go, it snaps right there. And then I'm just gonna wrap it out here, and snip off the excess wire, and make sure you tuck the tail in. And I'm going to do the same the other side too. I'm just popping in one bead and then making a loop, adding the finding, because this finding has a loop here but not over here, so just a different look. That's about it, I think. So you just make the loop a little bit bigger so that there is enough space for it to move and not just stiff. That should be good. And now I'm snipping off the excess wire and then tucking in the tail. So this is the center part of the necklace. I think it looks good. Okay, you can adjust it accordingly. So this is what it is. I guess it's okay. So I need this. This has come out perfectly, but this I will just twist it to the side so that I have a flat pattern here. I'm happy with this. Now I want to make sure that I add this chips a bit here and here. So, or I can use the chain. So this is a chain from the August bargain bead box as well. It's a Rollo chain. I think it's a 2 millimeter, but I'm not so sure. So if I add it here, I'm thinking, will it look nice? So if I add a bead or two, it will look nice. So I'm just going to use the scrap wire that I cut. It's 24 gauge wire. If it is not straight, you can use your nylon jaw pliers to straighten it out. Just a little bit. And then I'm just going to add some so first I will make a wrap loop because I have to loop it here. So these windings have a quite wide loops to it, so I'm just making sure that my loop is big enough to hold it and not really tight. So it's a 24 gauge wire. It's thick at the same time. It's very flexible to wrap. That's what I really like about it. And you don't have to worry that the chain will come undone or something at any point of time because it's thick enough to hold it. So now I have a small area. I'm just gonna pop in some of this rose quartz chips that I bought from, I think it's Fire Mountain and Gems. So pink color goes well with gray. It's just a little bit pale. That's all. I'm gonna just put, I think, one more. Yes, and it's 5. Now I'm good. I'll make a wrap loop here. I think I should put this upside down so that I have my loops perfect. So there you go. I'm adding the end of the chain. This chain is really big. We are not going to use that much at all, but I'm just adding this in, and then I will figure it out how much I need to cut it for the side. So there is a short tail, so I'm gonna snip it off, and always make sure you tuck in the tail. This is what we have so far. We will do the same the other side. We have one more scrap 24 gauge wire, so I'm just straightening it out. I'm making a wrap loop, and then I'm adding it to this side of my necklace. As I said, this winding has a thick loop to it, so it's kind of difficult. I mean, it's kind of, it will stay stiff if there is not enough space for it to move. So, and we don't want that. So I'm just wrapping it, and if the wraps are not close enough, you can go ahead and then squish it with your flat nose pliers, and then snip off the excess. Then add some chips. So 5 chips. That's what I have added that side. I would want to add the same this side, so it's a little bit uniform. not very much, entirely different from the other side or so. So I guess this one is fine. Let me see what I have here. Yeah, that's what happens with the tips. It will not be similar to each other, so you just have to, if you can see, this part is wider than this, so I need a bigger one. Probably this one will do. Yeah. So now, before closing the loop, I need to measure the chain this side so that I can have the same amount of chain that side. So for a necklace, I would want some 18 inches at least. So let's see, from here to, it's approximately 18 inches means I need 9 inches this side, so always I will go a little bit more than less. So I'll go 9.5 inches and then snip this off here because I'm going to add a clasp, so probably I'll go 10 inches, I guess. So even if there is a little bit of leftover chain, I can use it for some other earring project or something. So all I would do is take the chain and I'll measure the same length and cut it now so that both sides are uniform. So I'm happy here. Just make sure that you have a dustbin or trash can right next to you so that you can pop up all these teeny tiny bits. Doesn't come to your fingers or on your carpet, something like that. So that's there. And now I'm just gonna do a wrap loop here too until I reach the chips. Once I'm good, I'm just gonna snip off the excess. There's no tail, so this is what I have so far, and the length is good. So we have our chain, and then what we need to do is we need some jump rings to add this to our lobster cock clasp, and the chain is already done. But if I want to make a necklace and a earring, if I want to make 2-layer necklace, then I would go ahead with some chips and I would do a necklace here too. But I really like this. I think simply this would do. So what I would do is, now I would add the clasp to it. Meanwhile, I will make a earring out of this. I will add some chips. So I'll take some pliers, cutting about 4 inches of wire, and then I'm just going to add some rose quartz chips. So I'm just randomly threading some chips. So if you just roll it, it will just go and settle down by its own. So I'm thinking to, will this be good? I think I like this. Let's try threading some chips this side too and see if we make a round will it look nice or not. So 4 and 5 beads here. Just checking. I think I like that. No, I'll just do the 5 ones. That's good enough. So let's do a wrap loop. I'm holding the loop with my round nose pliers so that I can get a grip to wrap. Once I'm done, I'm snipping off the excess and then tucking the tail in. So the loop is a little bit sideways, so I'm just making sure that it is straight. Yeah, now it's better, I think. Now I'll thread in some, like around 5 chip beads, because I did 5 here in the necklace, so that way it'll be a little bit uniform. So if I'm happy with the 5 beads, all I'm gonna do is straighten this wire out and make sure it stays straight. And that's it. I'm just gonna make a wrap loop on the top and add this to a ear wire.